Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking a look and, just sharing the day with me. I wanted to talk about love and loving yourself and the difficulties that, sometimes people face with, having self-love and self-compassion, and I'm one of those people. I'm going to read a little excerpt from one of my books, Love Undercover, which is one of the books that I showcased in my last video. I'll leave the link in the description, and I think I forgot to do that in my last video, but I will definitely do that this time. So I'll leave the link in the description to where you can purchase the book, either ebook or paperback. But I just wanted to read a little excerpt and, just kind of talk about how this character is feeling. Knowing herself is something Renee hadn't really had experience with. She spent so much of her life being guarded, protecting herself from any and everyone she viewed as a threat, which in her case was everybody. In her actions, she thought she was displaying her strength, but she wasn't. Through the last 20 years, she had never really lived, but instead just existed. She's learned from Joe that life was about the experiences we have, both good and bad, and through those experiences, we truly find out who we are as a person. Without them, we're nothing. Joe has also taught her that family doesn't necessarily mean blood, but rather in the connections that we make with people, forming a bond that is stronger than anything in the world. It's something she hadn't felt since her mother died. When her mother was alive, she had so much fun. She was open and ready to take on the world. But after that night, everything came crashing down on top of her. And before she realized what was happening, she was already buried, so deep that she didn't think she'd be able to dig her way out. That's how she's lived all these years, underneath the rubble where she found the shelter and safety that she needed to keep out the bad, the pain, the feeling of neglect and being unwanted and unloved. Through all of that, she forgot there was actually some light in this world, providing warmth, love, respect, and companionship. To her, those were just words made up in a fairy tale to deceive people into believing in a happily ever after, which she knew would never come. Happiness was just that, a fairy tale, something imaginary and unattainable in the real world. It kills her to think about how many years she's lost because she was looking at the world through a thick pane of glass, distorting her vision completely. When she saw Joe, really saw Joe, she knew she had wasted her life running from all the people that could hurt her and not into the arms of someone who would love her, truly and completely love her. He has given her something she's never had, and she is eternally grateful. She's learned not only how to love another person, but also how to love herself. That's just like, it's a really small portion. She's reflecting on her life and the decision that she's made to be basically closed off. She had gone through some trauma as a child and pretty much closed herself off from the world and letting anybody in because, to her, that was weakness. And, I can truly relate to how she's feeling. I am one who has gone through trauma in my childhood and never really healed from that. So I've lived pretty much my whole life guarded and not really being open and accepting of other people, or I'm going to say not accepting of other people, but accepting love from other people because I wasn't really, showing that to myself. I didn't understand that it was okay, that it was okay to be vulnerable, that it was okay to take chances, that it was okay to just live and not be guarded. And it's taken me a long time to get to the point where, I understand that. I can't say that I'm completely and fully over that because that's something that I'm definitely working through therapy. But I can just say from experience that you miss out on a whole lot. You miss out on just living. Like she said, she was just existing. She wasn't living. And, I have existed, and many of you are just existing, because we hold on to those things that, that hurt us. We hold on to those things that, where that basically put us in a bad place. And we need to let go of that. However, and in whatever way, whether it's through therapy or exercise, or however you feel, or even with me sharing with you a little bit of my life and the things that I've been through, that is part of what's helping me. Also with my writing, able to get these things out. And, part of writing that character, part of writing Renee was, like, okay, this is me. I understand how she's feeling. I understand who she is, so I could actually bring her to life in this book, because that is a part of me. And so when I write, that vulnerability that I'm afraid to show in real life to just people, people that I work with, or, people that I see every day, would never know all of the chaos that goes on in my mind. And they would never know, because I have that guard up. And but when I'm writing, I'm able to release that through my characters. Like, I'm able to put that part of myself into them, and that's kind of therapeutic. So I just want to say, it's okay. It's okay to feel like you don't have all the answers. It's okay to feel like feel afraid to step out, feel afraid to talk to people, to open up. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up for that. I mean, because you're not alone. Like, it's a reality, and a lot of us, are dealing with it and have dealt with it for, most of our lives. So, but what I will say is just find a way. Find a way to comfort yourself. Find a way to say, I'm okay, and I'm okay if I step outside. I'm okay if I allow people in. Yes, there are bad people, but you can pick and choose who you allow in, but make sure that you do. And I'm hoping to do that with these videos, is allow people to see a side of me that I call the ugly side, or the broken side, because frankly it is. But there comes a time when you need to release and let those things go. So that being said, again, that was Renee talking from my book Love Undercover, which is available on Amazon, also through my website. So I will also leave the link in the description. I'm so bad at this. This is video number 3, so please forgive me. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking a chance and listening to me, and hopefully through these talks and through the things that I share, that I can really help somebody just start to figure it out, and get to a place where they're comfortable with themselves. Like I said, if there's anything that you want to ask, if there's anything that anything you have questions about, you just want to say, I understand, or I get it, or I'm going through that, or whatever, please feel free to reach out. I will also leave my Instagram and my Twitter in the description as well. So please, if you want to DM me, I'm open to those conversations. So again, thank you for listening. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. You are loved. You are love. And it's okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Thanks, fam. See you next one.